The Martin Lindstrom Video Report. New and innovative ways of building brands.
How do you triple your sales without increasing your marketing budget? Well, this week I'm in Shanghai in China. And because the money not necessarily are hanging on trees here when it comes to marketing yet, well, then they have to be truly creative, and that's exactly what they're doing. In fact, I'm in the area where the tower called the Shanghai Haitong Tower is based. It's one of the tallest buildings in the region, and what's really interesting about that tower is it has an unused wave design on top of the building. Now, what a local manufacturer of fans did was to place a huge billboard on the next neighbor building, pretending like the fan was basically blowing wind towards this wobbly building, making it look the way it does. That particular idea tripled the sales. It was not the only creative idea basically breaking through here in Shanghai. If you go underground where I am right now, you'll see that the escalators for Pantone Pro V has been converted into long silky hair. So when you take your ride up, you are riding next to a lot of silky hair, and of course it's reflecting the quality of the Pantone Pro V. Now, there's also another brand which have done very well. It is a glue brand called Alteco Super Glue. The brand has actually been promoted as being the most powerful glue in the region. And what's really interesting is to prove that they're basically going into suspension bridges and put the glue on top of those mechanisms holding the entire bridge together. What's really interesting is it did work. In fact, the sales tripled just over 2 months with that unusual ideas. It is all about unusual ideas, and there's 3 points of advice I want to give you. Point number 1, use ordinary things in the real street environment and convert it into an unusual context. So basically take your product and put it into unusual context in the real world to break with the ordinary. And that's exactly what they've done here in Shanghai with huge success. Point number 2, make sure that you do it in a very intense way, and make sure that you do it typically with very high profile building or high profile areas, which really will create the media and press attention, and that's exactly what we've seen happening here. Last but not least, here's my advice to you. Great ideas doesn't have to cost a fortune. In fact, it's when you're forced to cut your marketing budget in half, things tend to work a lot. I hope you enjoyed my video blog here from Shanghai. Once again, I'll jump on a plane, but see you next week, where I'm going to continue exploring new and innovative ways of building brands.
The Martin Lindstrom Video Report. New and innovative ways of building brands.